You need to stop letting your mind control your life. Not tomorrow, not when the anxiety disappears, not when you finally understand everything. Now. Because every hour you spend replaying the past is an hour you will never get back. Every night you spend fearing a future that has not happened is another night your own mind steals from you. And every time you follow a thought simply because it feels real, you are teaching your brain one dangerous lesson. Fear deserves your attention. Think about how often this happens. Your body is tired. The room is quiet. The day is finished. Nothing is happening. Then your mind begins, what if I made the wrong decision? What if they are angry? What if tomorrow goes badly? What if I've already ruined everything? 5 minutes later, you are no longer lying in bed. Not mentally. You are 3 years in the past. You are living through tomorrow. You are inside a conversation that has never happened. You are defending yourself to someone who is not even in the room. And somehow you call this thinking. It is not thinking. It is losing control of your attention. The Stoics understood this thousands of years ago. They knew the mind could become your greatest weapon. They also knew it could become your prison. The difference is discipline. You do not need to stop every thought. You need to stop following every thought. That changes everything. A thought enters your mind. They have not replied. That is the event. Nothing more. But your mind hates empty space, so it fills the silence. Maybe they are angry. Maybe I said something wrong. Maybe they have lost respect for me. Maybe they are avoiding me. Maybe this relationship is over. Mate, they might be having a shower. But your brain has already written the ending. This is what overthinking does. It takes a fact, adds a story, creates an emotion, then uses the emotion as proof that the story must be true. Your chest gets tight. Your breathing changes. You feel nervous. Then your mind says, see, I knew something was wrong. No, you did not know. You imagined. Then your body reacted to the imagination. There is a difference. Learn it. Because if you cannot separate reality from the story inside your head, your mood will always belong to the loudest thought in the room. Marcus Aurelius understood the problem. You have power over your mind, not outside events. That sounds simple. Living it is not. Because your mind wants certainty. It wants guarantees. It wants to know how tomorrow ends before tomorrow begins. And life will never give you that. So what does your brain do? Think again. Check again. Replay the conversation again. Read the message again. Imagine another outcome. Then another. Then another. You tell yourself you are preparing. You are being careful. You are being responsible. Be honest. How many times have you thought about the same problem for an hour and discovered absolutely nothing new? Same fear, same question, same imaginary conversation. Again, again, again. That is not problem solving. That is mental pacing. You are walking in circles inside your own head and calling it progress. Stop. Ask a better question. What can I actually do? Not think. Do. Can you send the email? Send it. Can you prepare for the meeting? Prepare. Can you apologize? Apologize. Can you ask the question instead of creating 10 imaginary answers? Ask it. Can you make a decision with the information you have? Make it. Action creates information. Overthinking creates more overthinking. Remember that. You do not think your way into certainty. Most of the time, you act your way into clarity. Epictetus built his philosophy around one brutal distinction. Some things belong to you. Some things do not. Your choices belong to you. Your effort belongs to you. Your actions belong to you. Your response belongs to you. Other people's opinions do not. The past does not. The weather does not. Tomorrow does not. The exact result does not. But most people live in reverse. They spend all their energy trying to control what is outside them. Then wonder why they feel powerless inside. What if they judge me? You cannot control that. What if the plan changes? You cannot fully control that. What if I fail? You might. What if I look stupid? Maybe you will. Now what? That is the question a disciplined mind asks. Not how do I guarantee nothing uncomfortable happens? You cannot. Ask who will I be when it does? That is control. You are exhausted because your mind is trying to manage the entire future. Every person's reaction, every possible mistake, every conversation, every outcome, every version of tomorrow. Of course, you are tired. You have given yourself an impossible job. You are trying to make life predictable. Life is not predictable. People change, plans fail, messages are misunderstood, opportunities disappear, mistakes happen. You will get things wrong. Welcome to being alive. Strength does not come from escaping uncertainty. Strength comes from becoming someone who can move through it. The Stoics did not build calm lives. Many of them lived through war, political chaos, exile, illness, betrayal, and death. They did not find peace because nothing happened. They found strength because they stopped demanding that reality obey their preferences. That is where overthinking loses power. You stop asking life for guarantees. You start building trust in yourself. I do not know what tomorrow will bring, but I will meet it when it arrives. I do not know what they think. If I need to know, I will ask. I cannot change what happened, but I can choose what I do next. That is a stronger mind. Now listen carefully. Acceptance is not giving up. Some people hear stoicism and imagine a person sitting quietly while life destroys them. Whatever happens, happens. Do nothing. Care about nothing. That is laziness wearing a philosophical costume. Real acceptance is different. Acceptance means you stop arguing with a fact that has already happened. You made a mistake. It happened. You said the wrong thing. It happened. You trusted the wrong person. It happened. You missed the opportunity. It happened. You can replay the moment 1,000 times. The ending will not change. Your mind knows this, but it still returns. Why did I do that? I should have known. I should have said something different. I cannot believe I did that. Again. You are mentally returning to the past and demanding a new result. You will not get one. The past is information, not a place to live. Learn, adjust, move, ask one question. What now? You failed. What now? They misunderstood you. What now? You lost something. What now? You embarrassed yourself. What now? Those two words can pull you back into your life. Because overthinking loves questions with no ending. Why am I like this? What if everything goes wrong? What do they really think about me? What if I never recover? A disciplined mind asks questions that create movement. What happened? What did I add? What can I control? What now? Simple, direct, useful. You do not need another 3 hours of analysis. You need better mental standards. Here is the first standard. A thought is not a fact. Your mind says, tomorrow will be a disaster. Maybe, but it has not happened. Your mind says, they probably hate me. You do not know that. Your mind says, you have ruined your future. That is a prediction, not evidence. Stop giving every thought authority simply because it uses your voice. Imagine a random bloke walks up to you and says, your entire week is going to fall apart. Would you cancel your plans? Would you lie awake analysing his prediction? Probably not. You would think, right, cheers, mate, then keep walking. But when your own mind says the exact same thing, suddenly you treat it like a professional consultant. Why? Because it came from inside you. Your mind can be wrong. Your mind exaggerates. Your mind guesses. Your mind reacts to old fears. Your mind can turn a delay into rejection, a mistake into identity, uncertainty into disaster. Do not hate your mind for this. Train it. Every time a thought appears, you have a decision. Follow it or observe it. There is a difference between saying this is going to go badly and saying my mind thinks this is going to go badly. Small change. Big difference that the thought is still there, but now you are looking at it. You are no longer inside it. That space is control. Protect it. Here is the second standard. Stop trying to solve tomorrow tonight. Some problems need action. Some need information. Some simply need time. Learn the difference. Your mind says, solve this now. Ask, can I actually do anything useful right now? Yes, do it. No, stop feeding it. You can say, I do not have enough information yet. I will deal with this tomorrow. This thought does not need an answer tonight. Your brain may bring it back 5 minutes later. Fine, let it knock. You do not have to open the door every time. The goal is not a silent mind. Forget that fantasy. You are human. Your mind will produce thoughts. Good thoughts. Stupid thoughts. Fearful thoughts. Random thoughts. The skill is judgment. Which thought deserves action? Which thought deserves investigation? Which thought deserves nothing? Not every thought is a command. Not every fear is a warning. Not every possibility deserves preparation. And not every story in your head deserves to become your reality. Here is the third standard: choose action before repetition. The moment you notice you are thinking the same thought again, pay attention. Are you discovering anything new, or are you repeating discomfort? If there is new information, think. If there is a decision to make, decide. If there is an action to take, act. But if you are replaying the same fear for the 20th time, stop pretending another lap will lead somewhere different. Move, stand up, write the plan, take the walk, prepare the work, send the message, turn the phone off, go to sleep. Do something that returns you to reality. Reality gives feedback. Overthinking gives scenarios. You need more reality. Here is the final standard: build an identity that does not obey every mental storm. You will have bad nights. You will overthink again. You will catch yourself replaying conversations. You will imagine outcomes that never happen. That does not mean you failed. Mental discipline is built the same way physical discipline is built. Repetition. You notice. You pause. You separate fact from story. You identify what belongs to you. You act if action is possible. You release what is not yours yet. Then you do it again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next. Slowly, something changes. The thoughts may still appear, but they stop owning the room. The fear may still speak, but it no longer makes every decision. Uncertainty may still exist, but you stop treating it like an emergency. That is mental strength. Not becoming emotionless, not becoming careless, not turning yourself into stone. Becoming steadier, becoming clearer, becoming harder to pull away from your own direction. So tonight, when your mind begins its usual performance, do not fight it. Do not panic. Do not tell yourself you must stop thinking. Pause. Ask yourself, what actually happened? What did my mind add? What can I control right now? What now? Then act or rest, but choose deliberately. Because your life is too important to be controlled by imaginary conversations. Your attention is too valuable to be spent on every possible disaster. And your future should not be built by a mind that is constantly afraid of a tomorrow that has not arrived. Your mind will speak. Let it. Your mind will warn you. Listen, if the warning is useful, your mind will imagine. Let it imagine. But remember this: you are the one who decides what gets followed. You are the one who decides what becomes action. You are the one who decides what deserves another hour of your life. Take back that decision. Think less about what is not happening. Control more of what you do next. And become the kind of person who can hear the noise without losing direction. Because peace does not begin when your mind finally becomes silent. Peace begins when the noise stops being your master. If you have ever lost hours to a problem that was not even happening yet, tell me in the comments. What takes over your mind most often? The past, other people, or the future? And subscribe if you are ready to use Stoicism for what it was built for. Not empty quotes, not ancient decoration, real discipline, real control, real life. Your mind will keep speaking. Now train yourself to decide when to listen.